All right, let's go over the values for properties in and around the South Bay as well as the West Side. We're going to go over single family home stats pulled from the MLS, so public data. And we're going to go over the number of sales year over year as well as the median sales price to look at the trends in regards to values. Now, this data is not finished because we still have not closed out 2025, but this should give us a good idea of where values are trending, and it'll be good to see as the year comes to an end and at the beginning of the new year once we have the final sales data for the South Bay and West Side to see where those final numbers fall into place so we can determine trends going into 2026 and make more informed decisions moving forward from there. All right, with Hermosa Beach, we do have an increase in the median sales price, so values have increased year over year from 2,650,000 to 2,847,000. So that's a healthy positive sign for Hermosa Beach. As you can see on the bottom, we do have the number of sales in 2024 at 106. The year is not over for 2025, and we have a total number of 90 sales so far year to date. So let's see how that finishes. I imagine we'll be around 100 year over year. So that's a very healthy sign for Hermosa to see similar number of sales as well as an increase in the median sales price. If we go over to Manhattan Beach, we do have a nice increase from the median sales price from 3.2 million to 3.4. And we also have already an increase in number of sales from year over year from 281 of last year to 296 thus far in the early December of 2025. So that's a very healthy sign for Manhattan Beach. In Redondo, we also have a very healthy number of sales from 265 to 302, so already more for year over year, as well as a slight increase in the median sales price from 1.69 million to 1.743. That's very healthy. In Rancho Palos Verdes, we do have a slight decrease in the median sales price, but it's less than $5,000. So nothing to really be concerned about. This area's values have pretty flatlined with the number of sales only down 5 year over year. So I imagine as the year comes to a close with the rest of the sales data for the rest of December, we should potentially see this the number of sales increase, and we could even see this swing upward in terms of the median sales price, but only time will tell. But even a slight decrease in the median sales price is nothing to be super concerned about for year over year data. So let's keep an eye on Rancho Palos Verdes and see where things go as we move into 2026. For El Segundo, healthy as well in terms of the median sales price from 1,795,000 to 2 million. In Torrance Southwest, the 90505 zip code, we have a slight increase in the median sales price from 1.425 to 1.44, and we have an increase in the number of sales from 163 to 201. So that's a good sign that more inventory is picking up in Torrance. In the 90503, which is the Midwest area of Torrance, we do have a very slight decrease in values from 1.4 to 1.39 in median sales price, and we have a total number of sales from 194 to 163 year over year to 2025. But we don't have the total number of sales over yet for 2025, so we could see this swing up or potentially down. Only time will tell. So let's see what the rest of the year's data has to offer as we move into 2026 for the Midwest area of Torrance. And let's switch over to the west side. We're going to go to Venice, and we do have an increase in both the number of sales from 206 from last year to 2025. We have a total number of 221 sales so far, and a good increase from the median sales price from 2,050,000 last year in 2024 to 2,480,000 this year in 2025 for Venice. So very, very healthy overall for Venice. Same with Santa Monica. We have a lot of healthy data to support an increase in values as well as an increase in the number of sales. So we have last year the median sales price at 3.6 million, and this year we have at a median sales price of 4 million and 237 last year. And so far in December this year, we have 277 sales. For Westchester, we do have increase from 1.575 million to 1.689 million, which is pretty healthy. And I would imagine that the number of sales will be on par, if not maybe a little bit more in Westchester as the year comes to a close. Let's switch over to some of the inner cities in the South Bay. We're going to go over to Inglewood, and we have appreciation increase in values from 790,000 to 815, and I imagine we'll have around the low 200 number of sales from year over year. So healthy for Inglewood with all developments that are going on there as well. In Hawthorne, we do have a slight increase as well, and I imagine we're going to also have an increase in number of sales, so pretty healthy there. A median sales price from 880 to 899. In Gardena, we actually have a very slight decrease in the median sales values from 799 to 797, so $2,000, with a total number of sales increased from 259 last year to 273 this year. So let's see what the rest of the year has to offer for Gardena and see if that swings a little bit upwards, but nothing to be majorly concerned about. It seems like the values are pretty flat there, so we'll see what 2026 brings for Gardena. In Lawndale, we do have a slight decrease as well, from $815,000 a median sales price to $795,000. And so we'll also have to keep an eye on Lawndale as well to see where those final numbers wind up. But overall, seems like for the most part in the South Bay and West Sides, we have a lot of increase in values, and we looked at a total number of 14 areas, and we've only had a decrease in 1, 2, 3, and 4 areas when they're pretty flat for the most part, with a lot of the other areas having a good amount of appreciation. So hope this data helps, and if you want a more personalized data report for a certain area, feel free to reach out and we'll see what we find.